What is going on, guys? We're back with another video on Madden 18 Connected Franchise, doing a reload of a rebuild. This Niners team was actually really insane, and we won the Super Bowl recently. I don't know if there was multiple wins. We'll actually take a look right now real quick. So, Colin comeback, no Super Bowls, but he did technically have one. I had to force the win over the Chiefs. And here's the roster. I don't know what Richie is. 1-year player, superstar dev, pretty average stats, pretty great actually, but average at the same time. Christian McCaffrey, 98, 90 something overall, very good. Offensive line's looking pretty good. The most important thing is we have a rookie, or a once upon a time, well, not really, recently rookie. So that means more than likely we do have enough money to afford everybody. We have a strong safety named Drescher, who is amazing. Peters, Ramsey, 2 young players. I'm surprised we actually have both of those. Hartzell, Buckner, Carruthers, quick dev, really good player actually, just has no awareness. Khalil Mack. We have Solomon Thomas on the backup spot. Might need to trade him off. Rankin, who is a rookie, superstar dev, balling out. It's a really good team. Looks really good. Also, let me know, guys, what do we do for Thursday's rebuild? We have the fantasy style. We have Ravens, Skins, Giants. It says Packers, but I think I did them already just recently. And the realistic rebuild, we have Chiefs, Bills, Bengals, Texans, Falcons. So let me know if there's any preferences there. Of course, like I said, I did force win. Well, I have a set as a force win. We also have an MVP of Marshall Golston, some sort of receiving type. Probably irrelevant to us, but we'll see. Ooh, this appears to be when I did not auto sim XP. That's pretty cool. Luckily for us, our team is looking pretty solid. So I have no idea what we would have done because, you know, early on I was kind of like, okay, once we're done with the rebuild, I don't care. So I might have just completely not even started re-signings. Who is that? Some sort of Robinson, right? Yeah, Rashad Robinson. Rashad Robinson, Trey Waynes. He has superstar dev because he starts out with quick, but his stats are pretty bad. What are our money situations? Okay there, pal. I don't know why we're so broke. We must have did something messed up with, like, trading and all that. Because we're literally broke. Maybe we have a ton of draft picks. Hopefully we have, like, 10 first-round picks. If not, we're really in some trouble here. Maybe it is dead cap, though, like I said. Let's take a look at the salaries. So 186 mil is the cap. 171 is the salaries on the team. Where is our money going to? So we have a DT of Buckner. Ramsey and Peters are making a lot, but they both deserve to be here. Adams, Cooper, and Cooks all making quite a bit of money. They still deserve to be here. Solomon Thomas, will be trading him, of course. Conklin, Trent. So Tart we should replace. Juszczyk is making way too much. Uhort should be replaced. This dude we're going to replace right now. Did incur a penalty, though. Wait, that was McCaffrey right there. Then who the hell is this other guy? I think I'm having a seizure. I don't even know what the hell I'm thinking about. But we're broke right now. And we haven't even gotten to the real expensive guys yet. So we have to look at this team and see what can we replace that costs a lot. So we did have a penalty of 11.5, a 12 mil reserve. So that's that 20 mil cap space gone right there. So technically it is the draft picks. I will say though, who can we replace? Because we can't just keep these guys. We can't keep every single one. So actually we're not going to trade them yet because I want to see if there's anybody here that we actually need. So we'd be replacing positions that we don't really need to worry about. This guy could be a good DT right there. Ooh, 2 guys that could be DTs. Don't want to get rid of Buckner, but he is a huge cap hazard on this team. He is very expensive. I don't know if we just re-signed him. If we did, we might be stuck. But defensive line seems to be the move. And there seems to be a lot of guys that could fill that need as well. Could be looking at a new safety as well. Like I said, Tart, I don't know if we just signed him, but not really a fan of the way Tart's contract is set in right now. Set in anyways. Rowan Toefield actually looks okay. So there's so many guys that could be really good here, and I won't be able to find them. Got an insane player in the late 7th, middle linebacker. Really goddamn good. Well, I don't know if we have anyone that high, like top 5, but probably at least going to be trading for next year picks with juice check and whatnot. So if we look at our biggest need, it would technically be DT. Just for the fact that we need to get cheaper. First things first, I need to make sure that there isn't... Wow, these middle linebackers actually go really high. Just got to make sure that there isn't someone that I definitely want that is higher up there. Because at this point, we can pretty much trade for anyone we want. Toefield, honestly, could be a decent player. Don't know if I'm in that market, though. Holy crap, I didn't look at this quarterback because we don't need one, but... Russell Bethel Thompson looks amazing. So for this, we get a first round next year and a 5th round this year. Bears get a major steal there. Not even a question. And they grab the quarterback, I think. Toefield goes there. I'm hoping one of these D linemen are here. So Devron is kind of a risky, like an unnecessarily risky move. Devron Baldwin it is. Slow Dev. Boy, is he a fast monster, though. Will he play DT? I don't know. We have a couple of guys that could play that as well. So it might be a bit of a reach, but I like this DT quite a bit, so I'm just going to grab him now. Quick Dev, 77 overall. The strength is so poor, though. He has potential, but I don't think he's going to be a starter. So the next selection we have is actually in the late 6th, because I'm just going to go for him. I think he's going to be one of those slow devs that you can work up. Screw it, we're going to take him. No, we can't, actually. I was going to. We don't have those powers. Really don't have that ability to just take anyone we want wherever. So traded everything around, and we should only have 2 more picks this year, which is all we want. Be able to grab our D lineman, who we don't have a whole lot scouted on, and then our linebacker, who we know is going to be a god. And if he isn't, I'll be very disappointed. Aaron Ragland, I knew he was going to be that slow dev, but Jesus Christ, look at the speed and excel. A 297-pound man with 85 speed. Agility's even an 84. I wonder, like, at what extent can, like, he not play? He's got actually, like, the ability to play very many positions, but of course, kind of irrelevant for us. And now our only other pick, I believe, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a reachy reach. Dontravius Harper, one of the best middle linebacker prospects I've ever seen, let alone a 7th rounder. Quick dev, 78 overall, 88 speed, honestly should have been better. 92 hit power, absolutely next level hit power there. 73 zone, great excel and agility. One of the best, like I said, he's an amazing prospect. We don't have anything else, so we will be going on to the draft recap, more than likely, unless I made a mistake. Did not. Let's take a look. So there was a couple of guys that I wanted to look at. I know I want to see the guy for the Bears. Got a couple slow DNs, but they're actually pretty star power worthy. We'll see if we have any linebackers that we can replace with this guy, because the guy we got is actually really insane. Jamarcus Leroy, nothing really too spectacular to miss out on. Gregory Bruce, there was a lot of... Oh, this guy's actually really good too, surprisingly. But there's a lot of guys that were actually in the first round that were taken pretty damn high. Carson Warlow, actually a really good quarterback. What's Excel? Damn, he's good. I like him. I like that a lot. It's an amazing quarterback. Don't think he's going to be the best in the class, but he was pretty damn good, which tells you that this was actually a solid class for quarterbacks. Actually, a pretty damn good draft in general. Definitely feel like these. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Russell Bethel Thompson. I know he's 2 years older, but you gotta admit he's the better quarterback. He's even got the juke moves and whatnot to prove it. Amazing talent. 86 speed. Like, what was it? 90? No, 88. Damn, if you could switch the excel and agility, then he would be really, really good. But he's still good. Don't know what the hell I was going to say either before I got distracted. Oh yeah, I was going to say that the evidence is mounting up on the early Madden drafts being better. Because that's definitely the way it seems right now. You know, this simulated or whatever AI draft was really solid. Damn, that's a great offensive lineman. Really solid. You don't see a ton of them like this anymore. Charles Betts, I think that's enough. We don't really need to look at anyone else. Let's move on to the next season. I don't know if Muhor was always the starting left tackle, but we're definitely going to get rid of him. So there's that. Defensively, is there anyone that needs a contract? I think Quan. Ooh, I know Reuben Foster is going to need a contract. So I think Reuben Foster should be traded here. I know Quan's a few years older. Oh, he's not? Quan Alexander is the exact same age as Reuben, despite Quan playing 2 more years than him. It's kind of embarrassing. Whatever. So Reuben Foster is clearly the one to go then, because he's finishing up his contract. So what I think the move will be... who is Artie Simpson? Look at all these talented players we got. So Harper, the rookie, will be starting at middle linebacker. And on the left outside linebacker spot, we will have Rankin. Even though we shouldn't. No, we're not. We're going to have Rankin as the right outside. Technically hurts the team a little bit, but best move for the team going forward. I think we'll be looking to trade for a new lineman, and that'll lock it in. Nice trade for both teams, honestly. As much as you want to say we kind of scammed them, they did get a really good trade for Reuben. So Reuben Foster is a great player for them. Do we trade DeForest? Because that contract, he's going to be making some bank. Don't know what the hit, like the actual dead cap hit's going to be. Is it actually? No, it can't be 5 mil. It's got to be much higher than that. Jaquisti Tart and 2 second rounds for Landon Collins. I think that's fair. Trade 2 seconds and a third for the Browns' first round pick this year. So we have the starting lineup. I don't know why this damn offensive line doesn't want to fix itself, so I will slap in the proper players at their proper spots. 3 receivers are looking solid. Defensively now, once again, I got to fix that as well, because if Reddick starts, I swear to God, I'll be so pissed. Great DBs, even better this year. D-line's even better this year. So if we can do it last year, we should be able to do it even easier this year. Go to the midseason point, we are probably going to have some amazingly expensive contracts. I think we did a good job, though, cutting those out. Just hoping we have enough money to get the guys we desperately need. So it's actually not looking that bad. I think we got rid of most of the players we really needed to sign, or maybe even some of the expense. Don't have that much money here, but we did get Christian McCaffrey back. Evan Ingram is looking for a very favorable contract for us. Trico more likely to be gone. Same with Hassan Reddick. Everyone else doesn't really matter. Got all the contracts we want. Got all the XP upgrades we want. Feeling pretty good about the playoffs, of course. We had, mid-season we were looking very solid. Last season, of course, we won the Super Bowl. We were 13-2-1. Can we pass that is the most important question. And technically, yes. Not playoff schedule. Team schedule. Lost the very first game. And then lost week 12, so... Other than that, we actually had a pretty damn good season. Let's take a look. We did not, of course, win MVP. Rodgers did that. What kind of scheme we're in? Because this Glenn Ritchie guy is not really getting the yards he should. Yeah, the rushing attack is very interesting here. We probably win the Super Bowl even easier. Keep saying easier, even though I don't even think it's a word. Even easier if we had a passing scheme on. But either way, we still did well. Well enough, at least. Take a look at the old yearly awards. So, McCaffrey at number 6. Our quarterback not even close. McCaffrey at number 3. Quarterback not there. Defensive player of the year was our rookie linebacker. That's interesting. Of course, defensive rookie of the year, our middle linebacker as well. McCaffrey, best running back. Best O-line. We had 5 guys on the list, but they did not win it. Best linebacker. Once again, I don't understand why that happens. Jalen Ramsey was the best DB, apparently, and Zerline was the best kicker. All right. So, our XP, Triple has a little bit. Evan Ingram has none, which sucks. Receivers don't have much. McCaffrey doesn't have much. Defense, please, middle linebacker. 40K for him. Not really great XP at all. Actually, pretty porous. So, here's the lineup. Looking pretty good. 90 overall for Evan Ingram. My voice is just cracking all over the place. And don't know what's going on. I might have to actually see a doctor. I don't know if it's allergies, but it's been like this for a couple of weeks. It's rough. Like, it's not like average day-to-day just talking and whatnot. It's fine. But whenever I record, it's really bad. I don't know what it is. If it's dry pop filter, what's the story? But it's actually kind of getting annoying. And when I swallow, my throat hurts. I don't know. I think I'm dying. But of course, this is the roster. We had to play the Seahawks, who probably shouldn't be on our level, but the Seahawks definitely do a lot better than they're probably supposed to usually. Gonna go back to back. 93 overall for the Seahawks, though. They're actually a pretty damn good roster in Madden. I don't know why, but they just always are. Obviously, in next year's Madden, shouldn't be nearly as great, but somehow, some way, the Seahawks are gonna find their way into several Super Bowls, as they usually do. And early on here, I do not know. So left to right is them, right to left is us. Offense struggling mightily. We do score 7. Defense holds them to 3. Defense is doing a damn good job, especially since the offense is literally handing them the ball, it seems. Can't move the ball at all. And start of the fourth quarter, it is looking okay. We have the ball, I believe. Yeah, we do. Past midfield, 3rd and 10. We get the conversion. We do get the conversion. 3rd and 18, I think you have to go for it there, but we'll see. Defense maybe hold them off. We're down by 3, 3rd and 13. Huge mistake by the defense. And that's more than likely going to be a game. 4th and 6, clutching up. Where are all these like backwards yellow bars coming from? Down by 3 again. Defense can show up. Got to make a play. 2nd and 6. I'm coming in. Coming in. I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of the Niner struggle. Surely this defense should be able to stop a simple little run play. Or not. Or maybe. Calling timeout. Let's see what the AI can do, because I think this is a punt. Getting on the field really slowly here. And they score from 35 yards out. Evan Ingram is a glitch. And they win on the final play of the game, pretty much. So clutch. And I didn't do anything. I chose the play, and honestly, I probably hurt the team with Joey Bosa, because I didn't even get close to coming off the line with him. Richie, I know he threw 2 picks, but he did have a ton of yards. We just didn't score a whole lot. Defensively, what do we got? Joey Bosa, Richard Sherman, and Earl Thomas. So somehow snuck out with one there. Going on to the championship game, the Seahawks are a tough team, but they're definitely a few more tougher on the NFC side. Very worrisome. Let's see. Come on. Go back to back. I want to go back to back. The Falcons, there's the team right there for you. We are a 95 overall, another 93 overall opponent, though. Seahawks gave us a run for our money. Probably should have won that game, and the Falcons have a lot less holes, I think, than the Seahawks. So if first game is any indicator, we might lose this by a lot. Alrighty, so it is our ball first, so whatever way is going early is the way we go. Alright, let's go. So right to left is us. Defense makes a play, it seems, and gives us a score. Offense, once again, failing mightily. Defense gives up a touchdown. Offense constantly failing. Defense is locking up as much as they can. Start of the second half, and we're only up 4. Even though with the way the defense is playing, we should be up a ton. I mean, this defense is doing so well, all things considered. And just like that, offense, once again, giving the ball away. This quarterback is some hot trash. This quarterback is bad. I don't care what anyone wants to say. Down by 10. Defense, can they make a play? And the answer is no, and we lose the game. Horrible, 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 horrible performance by the offense. Absolutely embarrassing. Probably 3-4 picks. 2 picks, again, back-to-back 2-pick games. Offense just absolutely just trash. Just completely garbage. I'm actually so disappointed. Joey Bosa gets another sack. Drescher gets a pick. It's so sad. Like, at this point, Richie has to be just as good, if not better, than Matt Ryan, yet he can't play it. Can't play better than Russell or Matt Ryan, even though his stats are better. All right. We're going to be switching to the New England playbook. I do not like this playbook at all. Going on to the Super Bowl, obviously we are not a part of said Super Bowl. Going to the offseasons, who is the winner? The winner will be probably the AFC side. Jags win it. Nice. Should have been us. So we have some negotiations. We have Tariq Cohen here, who almost never makes it a free agency. However, Once again, we are really broke. Like, I don't know how we can afford players during the season, but then once it gets to the offseason, we are literally broke. I don't understand where all our money is. Like, I've had much better teams than this with better cap situations in the reloads. Don't know what the hell this is all about. Let's take a look. Do we have too many draft picks again, maybe? So let's take a look at the salaries. 16.2 in the rookie reserve, 4.3 in the cap penalty, and we only have like 5 mil of space. So what's going on? So we are paying 25 mil for our cornerbacks. We are paying 10 mil here. Paying like 33 mil for our wide receivers. And our quarterback needs a contract coming up. Why is this team so broke? Like, I get we're paying a lot, but I feel like I think it's because we have known wide receivers. I think that's the problem. I think it's because we have receivers that are known and they're making a lot of money rather than some of the youngster wide receivers we sometimes come out with. So I think wide receiver is what we need to go for. Late first, 24 years old. I mean, he's got the speed that tells you maybe he might be a star. No, Manning's terrible. Cole Kitani might be okay. I'm looking for a sure thing here. Dexter Banks looks kind of like a sure thing. I know he's a little bit slow in the Excel. We just cannot come away this draft without a wide receiver, in my opinion. And I want the best available. I think it's Ali Perry and Dexter Banks as the two most likely to succeed. Jordan Stanley looks kind of like a rough one. So I think Dexter Banks is going to be the guy mid-first. We should have a pick there. It's going to be unfortunate if he's terrible, though. Also might be interested in looking at a corner. We have an early second here. Trey Bowen could replace someone in the higher-ups, like Marcus Peters. So if we're paying for our quarterback, which I think we are, gonna need to make some big expense changes. We have a safety here in the mid-second. That could be a replacement for someone expensive too. 7.8 with red. That's so unfortunate. Frank Pamphile might be a starter for us. Maybe replaces Quan Alexander. This guy I think is draftable, but what is he? Is he a coverage guy? I don't know. Buckner might be needed to be gone, to be fair. So we scouted as many as we could. Now I do not want to look at... Actually, I will take a look at the draft recap. Was that all the... Oh, no. So David Bakhtiari was in there, surprisingly. That's kind of actually a shocker. Dante Hightower, Norman. Corey Davis was a free agent. I don't know why they would do that. The Titans got him back. Probably costing him quite a bit. Cohen is an Eagle. Perfect fit for them, actually. Casey Hayward. That's not Casey. That's Cameron Hayward. And Deontay Foreman to the Packers. All right, so what are our picks? We need a high pick for this wide receiver. Number 12, number 16, number 30. Who was number 30? Well, I know the guy's mid-first, but there's a lot of wide receivers above him. So, and he goes one pick before us. Great. Never have I ever seen that in Madden where... How many was that? 5, 6 wide receivers go top 11? Like 24 years old. Are we serious? Am I just going to go with Cedric McClutton? Screw it, we are. And it was a good pick. 81 overall. Screw you, Banks, you scrub. Definitely has normal dev written all over him. Yep, normal dev. Great corner, though. And I think we had another early second round, if I'm not mistaken. This is a good DT right here, but true DT talent isn't worth taking in Madden. Better off with one of the guards. Oh my god, this guy looks really good. Let's take a look at the offensive lineman prices on our team. Oh yeah, we had a safety mid-second. There he is. Let's take a look at the price of our linemen. See if there's anyone needing a contract soon or is getting paid too much. So our left guard needs a contract soon. He's probably going to get that contract too. So Conklin is fine. Travis Frederick is beyond fine. He's amazing. DeCastro's going to need a contract this year, so we might actually have to let him go. So I say drafting a lineman might be in our light here. So I'm just going to let it go. If the guard's gone, he's gone. It's going to be a good amount of linemen anyways, probably. And Wadsworth is there. He's an early second. We're going to take him. And he's actually an insane offensive lineman. When they showed him all those potentials and whatnot, he actually was just as good as they said he was. An amazing guard. One of the better ones I've actually drafted. Normally they're like kind of project guys, or they have one or the other, not the dev and the skill. So number 33 of the Ravens, we want this pick, and I think we can go on to like the end of the draft after that. Douglas Waters is a really can't miss player. 77 overall, quick dev, pretty solid stuff. Replaces someone, probably. Actually, does he? We should have that middle linebacker here. Back-to-back years of really insane talent, middle linebackers. Excellent pick. 15th, 88 hit power, 84 speed. What's the excel in agility? Excel in 90, 83 agility. Great player. Katani, I don't actually know where he was. We might lose him here. We're definitely going to lose him here. I think. I don't know. Probably wasn't going to be that great anyways. Unless he's here, then he would have been great because I'm going to draft him. Right tackle, probably looking to grab him. So I guess we'll draft another lineman. Why not? Gill, 75 overall. Decent pick. So let's take a look at the recap. There's a couple of guys I want to see. I definitely want to see the... what's his name? I can't think of what his name was. Actually, we had a much better draft than what I thought we did. We had 3 first-round players, which is probably going to be a little expensive. However, we will, in turn, save money overall. Cedric McClutton, or McClutchin, will save us about 6 mil. Bowen about 7 mil. Wadsworth probably about 5. Waters is going to hurt us. Pamphile will save us a bit if we end up getting rid of Quan. We are also going to get younger, so Wadsworth is amazing. He's a plug-and-play lineman right away. Douglas Waters is pretty good, too. I mean, this was actually a really great draft. So, cap room's looking a little rough, though. Can I find Katani, though? That's who I really want to find. A couple of decent linemen. The Giants literally drafted an entire starting lineman core. Like, other than maybe one guy. Nate McLaughlin looked alright, but he is not great. One of those guys that I actually thought would have been really good. Usually EA does that, and they didn't give it to him. BJ Bell, decent tight end. We also want to see the guy that we missed from the Texans, see if they saved us, because I think they did, to be honest. Like, there's no way that Texans guy is better than the guy we were going to have. Ali Perry, like I said, was a very safe, great wide receiver, and boy, was he ever. He's actually, how old is he? Nah, the age is rough, but stats-wise, he's definitely top tier, especially with that dev. 96 speed, 96 excel. You can't really beat that. I know he's a little short, but that's what we deal with these days. Ross Adams, I thought he would have been decent as well. I think that was the guy that skipped the combine. Terrible bust. Shaquille McMichael, garbage. Texans, Dexter Banks, normal dev. Maybe a little bit more what we were looking for, but I think our guy is better anyways. So he's had one player, and it was a slow dev wide receiver who is small and short. Has no weight on him. That is a really rough pick. Loser over here. He was better than our guy, but his dev was way worse, so technically our guy was better. Stats, height, and weight, our guy definitely gets beaten, but that's not all that matters in Madden. And that's pretty much it. Let's go on to the next season. Barely missed out of the playoffs last year, Super Bowl last year. And we are technically going to get worse because we're going to look at the guy that needs the contract soonest, the guy that is the oldest, and the guy that is the most expensive, and kind of move on from there. But we do have a couple of guys that will be replaced. So, like I said, we are going to get worse technically. So, I don't know, we might knock ourselves out of the playoffs, but it has to be done because we just can't afford everybody, especially with this quarterback needing a contract. Peters, who's 28, clearly gone. Devontae Adams, really gone. These guys are actually getting a little old. So Devontae is gone. Quan, I don't know how much it's going to cost to get rid of him. 6 mil hit. That's not even worth it, though. This is rough. Honestly, I'd probably rather re-sign. So 28 years old for Trent. DeCastro's 31. Damn, this is actually kind of tough. But we know we have 2 guys that we want to get rid of that are going to cost or save us quite a bit of money, hopefully. And that would be Marcus Peters and Devontae Adams. What about Khalil Mack? He's got to be getting old. He's got to be very expensive by now. Mack. So, like, Mac is actually pretty fine for the next 2 years, comparing him to Buckner. But Buckner's release is probably going to be like a 20 mil hit. 38 mil hit. Yeah, he's stuck in this team for life. Lucky for us, we're already compensating for Richie's hit already, technically, because he's already making 8 mil. He must have been drafted top tier. So, won't be as hard to, you know, re-sign him. We'll be able to expect his contract. Renzo Chavos is already, like, needing a contract, too. This team's actually kind of screwed. Damn it, I actually skipped through it. I don't know why I just did, but Devontae Adams a 4th and a 5th for the Ravens' first-round pick. We still have to get rid of Peters. I was going to get rid of Peters and Devontae for first, this, and next. That's not the case. So we're going to get rid of our own 32, our own 30, 64, our own 96. Also still have to get rid of 1 or 2 more of these expensive fellas. Not going to re-sign DeCastro, so we might as well get rid of him as well. Team's being dismantled 1 bit at a time. Offenders, I wonder if there's like maybe a glitch going on, because I know 14 mil is kind of a lot, but there's very little teams that can actually take on a 14 mil hit, which is kind of wild. Like, oh well, gonna get this first and second next year. They're getting some really talented players there. Let's see, what do we got? Anyone else that's kind of expensive that I can remember off the top? Quan Alexander in the 3rd round this year for the Bears next year first. So moved a lot of stuff for next year first and seconds or whatnot. I think we have the depth that we want on the team as well. Putting McClutchin to the number 2 because I think we're going to rock the Patriots playbook this season. Offense is looking okay still. We have a little bit more youth and more potential, but we did get worse, like I said, so in theory, we should be worse than last year. So we have the starting lineup. Here it is. The receiver's looking great. McClutchin's technically better than Devontae already, just for how much more he brings to the table. 2 fast receivers and Amari. Amari's pretty fast himself, but 2 like burner types. Wadsworth probably going to get to DeCastro's level very quickly, as he's actually an insane guard prospect. Great linebacker core, adding a new youngster into the mix. D-line looking insane as usual. Corners looking a little worse, though. Still easily a playoff team, though. So how broke are we going to be? Anton Tribble. Oof. So Glenn Ritchie wants a 6-year deal worth 140 mil. We simply cannot afford that. Just throwing that out there. Cap hit. So Drescher, who's an amazing player, will have to be let go. Chavos, amazing player, will have to be let go. Raymond Hartzell, I don't know. Tribble, who is an amazing lineman, might need to go because quarterback is the main importance here. His offer is perfect. Yeah, I'm sure it is. The offer that is going to hurt the entire team. Raymond Hartzell is a hard guy to replace, so we're going to let him stay. And then Tribble, we're going to have to let go, but I'm not going to touch it until after the season. We have done it! We have made the playoffs 12-4. We started 3-4, and we made an amazing comeback. Very bad, and we just didn't lose a single game afterwards, which is awesome. Were we MVP? Yes, Glenn Ritchie MVP deserves the contract, apparently. And look at the picks are a little high, but 54 touchdowns, 5,700 yards. McCaffrey, 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns. Receiving, damn it, I wish I could switch Amari and McClutchin. I should have played him in the slot. I don't know why I didn't, but either way, still a great season for him. Maybe he had some kick return yardage as well. Sack totals, wow, amazing. Hartzell, 18. Khalil Mack, 17.5. Bosa, 13.5. Picks, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2. Kicking was great. Punting was pretty solid as well. Kick returns, 1 touchdown. Punt returns, none. Pretty much number 1 through top 5 at least on pretty much everything, I would assume, so I'm not even going to worry about it. NFC side, Glenn Ritchie. Defensive side, oh man. Lunsford's been balling out of control. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Our guy was number 2. That blows. Pamphlet was number 1 on the defense. I wish it would have been our corner, to be honest. Amari Cooper, best wide receiver. Tribble, best lineman. Hartzell, best D lineman. Best DB, we were not even on the list. Best kicker, number 2. So, of course, we have another bye week. We will take a look at all of that afterwards. And we go against the Redskins, so that should be an automatic win, in my opinion. McClutchin with 71,000 XP. 20K for Amari, 50 for our QB. What about offensive line? Wadsworth didn't get, like, any. That sucks. 30K for Pamphile. Really not a whole lot of XP other than some of the guys on offense, but either way, still good enough to make the bye weeks of the playoffs, so that's all that matters to me. Although I will say this team seems kind of screwed, honestly. Like, I really don't know where we go from here. So going against the Redskins, who should be an automatic win, like we said, this is the roster that we'll be going in with. Some pretty damn and talented players. Defensively, Bowen got up there pretty maybe not actually. +3 for confidence. Still a pretty good cornerback. And overall, linebackers are insane. D-line's insane. The defense is one of the best I've ever actually assembled. I can actually kind of see why the expense has hit us, because we actually do have quite an insane line. But either way, going against those Reddies, 96 to their 85. I mean, hey, it's get his win. If we lose this, no, I'm not even going to lie. If we lose this, I'm ending the rebuild. 100%. Ending the rebuild if we lose this, or reload and deleting the file. But I have a lot of, the reason why I said that is I have tons of confidence. I do not expect that to happen. Like, this should be literally a walk in the park. I don't know who the hell they beat to get here. Let's return the ball, I suppose. Take a look at this speedster. Makes Brandon Cooks look like a snail, probably. Little slippery man. 21, not really worth it. Let's throw the ball a couple, I suppose. Evan Ingram over the middle. Perfect throw, Evan Ingram. Nice little gain. Let's try one run with McCaffrey. It's the one guy I haven't run the ball at all with this season, pretty much. It's kind of a fun guy, I suppose. McCaffrey gets taken down for a small gain. Let's let the AI do the rest now. And that should be the case here. I mean, we have to really choke this one away at this point, and that's some great running. We should win the game, and we do. 33-9 is the final score. And the Redskins obviously could not keep up with that. We did enough to get me, I think confident to win this Super Bowl. At least make it there. Richie should have had more touchdowns. He didn't. McCaffrey did pretty well. Receiving, Adam Humphries is their leader. Sacks, not bad. Nothing else really there, though. Perfect kicking from both teams. Moving on to the championship game just like that. Those bye weeks are freaking nice. The Eagles, though, this is a tough one. 96 to their 89. Of course, this reload was a dynasty reload. It wasn't a, can we finish the job and win a Super Bowl? Of course, we won the Super Bowl. But this is the team I wanted to see how many Super Bowls we can get in another 3 years. And so far, it's a little rough, but I think we could get it done this year. I think we did a good job. 2 out of the players that we replaced, Peters and Devontae, huge replacements. The rookies are already on their level, and this looks to be a snow game. It is. This could be rough for our team. I mean, we have the better offense and defense, so Sim just needs to be kind to us. Whatever hole or downside we have, you could probably find 3 on their team. Starting off early, getting only 3 points, sadly. They get 3 right back. Start of the second quarter, they look like they're driving down the field on us. They get nothing. We get nothing. They get 3. We get 3. Start of the second half, we are up by 3. Not a pretty game, but we're leading, and that's all that matters now. Touchdown, up 10. Start of the fourth quarter, and we really poured it on in the third. This could be the win, and we are up by too many points, I think. Oh, maybe not. Only up by 10, and running McCaffrey gets the job done, and we are on to the Super Bowl again. The dynasty chance is still here. Can we get it done? 26-16, and not a whole lot of yards, decent touchdowns. McCaffrey has been balling, absolutely balling out of control. I don't know if he was on the first thumb but absolutely on this one. Zerline was great too. Snow weather, crap weather, 4 for 4. I know their kicker was 3 for 3, but that ain't 4 for 4 now, is it? Going up against the Chargers. All right, this is an interesting one. The Chargers usually do a damn well job of it. Let's take a look at the playoff schedule. They were 9-7, so that means they probably had to fight all the way through the wild card, huh? Damn, they did indeed. And a couple of close games. Most of the games were within anywhere from 8 to 12 points, so see if we can dominate them here real quick. They only had 9 wins on the season. 96 overall, they're 90, so not the best roster, but it's enough. Phillip Rivers, if he's still there, is usually pretty damn good in Sim. Gotta win this thing. Come on, win this thing. That's the key words. Jump forward if we can. So they got the ball first. I believe we get the ball right away and score 14-0, start of the second quarter, and that's a pretty damn good start. Probably one of the best starts I've had in a Super Bowl. Usually, for whatever reason, no matter how good my team is, we struggle big time. But that's not the case here. Is start of the second half, we're up 21-0, 28-0, and boy, did we wait for the perfect time to really show our true colors. We have our best, most dominating game, and I mean dominating, probably the biggest dominance in Super Bowl history. This makes the Seahawks-Broncos matchup look like a shootout. Well, maybe not anymore. But yeah, I mean, this is an absolute dominance, and we are going to win the Super Bowl 45-7. A new dynasty has sprung, which is kind of interesting because we did shed off a lot of our great talent this last season. Fill them with some rookies, and it worked out. I will say Drescher, an amazing safety, will be gone. Going to be missing quite a bit of players, maybe even that lineman Tribble. You just can't afford everybody, and we know that better than anyone because we have been shedding players left and right. I don't know what the hell is wrong with this team. I don't know if I just went too heavy with the big names, like I said before, but this is one of the worst financial situation teams I've had in a while. And Christian McCaffrey, in the playoffs alone, had almost 700 rushing yards probably. Pretty close. I think it was 180, 180, 211. Like, that's an insane number set for playoff rushing. Clearly the MVP of this team. Finally, the AI gets it right on Super Bowl MVP as well. And it should be McCaffrey's holding up the trophy, but he's not. Good win there. Amazing win. Clearly the best game of the playoffs. Probably in any of the seasons, actually. And we'll probably do one more season, see if we can get 3 Super Bowls. But that will be the last one. Stat-wise, Richie threw a pick. Skylar Watts threw 2. Rushing, McCaffrey, absolutely insane. I mean, just completely insane. Defensively, sack totals, not bad. DBs were great for picks. And punting didn't really have to do a whole lot compared to them. So here's a tough part in the old franchise. So we have big decisions. How much money do we have? We have none. So we are literally forced to get rid of these guys. I will say we were expecting to get rid of him anyways. Tribble is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I would love to see how much money he's going to get. Pretty much going to let all these guys go. All these guys are going to go. We probably do have a decent bit of good draft picks, though. So the team will be looking a little bit different. It's not going to look that much worse, though. You know, Wadsworth kind of developed himself as a number 1. We still have all of our linebackers. We're going to be missing our safety, but Waters will be his replacement. Cornerback we'll need a new one of, so let's go into there. Take a look at it. I just want to see this free agents because it's probably going to be pretty interesting players here. Tribble, only a 91. How are you going to bid only a 91 for one of the best linemen around? Probably the best lineman in the entire league. Von Miller, still pretty solid, actually. How fast was he? 78 speed only. J.J. Watt, still an amazing talent. Oh, my God. Drescher is an amazing safety. Obviously, he was one of the guys that had to go. JT Love's okay. Randall Cobb at 32 is still actually really solid. Chavos. Mustard, who is this? Chance Mustard, Zuzar Dev. Bit of a steal in the free agency there. Obviously, all of that's irrelevant, though, because we cannot afford any of it. is going to be last season, but we will still do the draft, which usually I don't. If it's the last season for sure, I usually let the AI do it, but we're actually in kind of desperate need. Definitely need alignment. I mean, Richards is okay. Normal dev, he's okay. He can get the job done. Definitely need alignment, though. Defense, honestly, everything but cornerback is fine. You know, Waters, quick dev. I wish he would have got superstar just for being there, but he didn't. But he can fill in nicely, I think. So really cornerback and, I don't know, cornerback. Zeke Joseph, not a bad corner. Is there any higher cornerback? So we have an early first, pretty fast, not really worth it, though. Ray Barrett, though, definitely worth it. Not even a question. Middle linebacker, an amazing middle linebacker, super solid. Don't need him, though. Might be looking to replace another wide receiver on the list if we can. D. Pettis looks pretty decent. T's nuts look better. 6'2", a little bit on the slower side. Well, how high was Pettis? Pettis is a 4th rounder, that's fine. 7.7 in the late 5th. Clearly going to be drafting him. Let's go into the final draft of this team. I mean, it's an amazing team. Just the money is catching up to us. I don't know how the hell we're so damn broke. So league signing 2 got everyone. Tribble went to the Jets. JJ Watt got to the Redskins. Giants got Drescher. New York team's taking up our players. Yeah, literally all 3 of the main guys we had to get rid of went to New York. They had bigger picture thoughts, I guess. So we had a mid-first, I thought. Wasn't a corner? He's probably going to be gone. Barrett is still there. So we will be taking him. He's a plug-and-play starter. Superstar Dev, 83 overall. I mean, I thought he was going to be great, but I didn't think he was going to be that great. Kind of overrated his stats a little bit, I think. Amazing player. Clear number 2 instantaneously. Amazing cornerback. So we got the corner we needed. Safety is kind of a need, but we'll let it go. Brandon Lewis, amazing pass rusher. Can't wait to see where he goes. Honestly, the next pick we have... Where is it? Oh, look at this guy. Kendall Eaton. 4.54. An amazing tight end. I want to see where he goes, too. Try to keep an eye on all these guys. Not going to be easy, though. This guy could be a good corner, but cornerback is not a need anymore. D. Pettis. Quick dev. I think that's good enough at 6. I didn't realize he was 6'5". Yeah, good enough for sure to be a starting wide receiver. So maybe reaching a little bit for the center, but we'll grab him now anyways. Just get it out of the way. Make sure we don't miss him. Late 5th, super beast. Or, I mean, he's still great. He's a great pick. 74 overall. Wish his dev would have been higher. Great player. Honestly, should have been much better than that. That is a super undergrade of the century. If this was a user league, someone would have been so disappointed because that guy would have went 1st round. I guess we had to go Margarito Blackstock as well. Holy what? 85 overall wide receiver. Where did they come up with this? Is it because his jumping and speed? I mean, he's an amazing player. This guy beats out the 6'5". Actually, maybe we replace Cooks and Amari Cooper. Save even more money. So, number 8 overall, superstar dev, cornerback, amazing player. Probably moves up to number 2. Pettis, number 2. Anger, I think he'll start over all the other guys. Blackstock, number 1 overall. Probably. Actually, the Blackstock will be number 3 because the big guy will be number 1. Uriel Haynes is actually really solid too. And then Cobb's not bad. Can we find that tight end that was really fast? Hutchinson, number 1 overall, was supposed to be great. And boy, was he ever. He's short as hell. Still worth it. And the Giants grabbed the fast tight end. So the Giants have made it very easy on me. And that's all I wanted to know. I'm out of here. The final season here, not going to be too hard. The real question is, though, do we let Cooper and Cooks go? Because Cooks is pretty damn good. 28, though. Cooper, 28, though. So we're getting a little old there. Could trade for a young lineman, maybe. That actually might be a decent idea. Like the DBs, maybe get a new safety. I don't know. But yeah, let's do all that. Cooper and Cooks save a lot of money getting rid of them. And honestly, get this team right back on track to being a not so worried about cap space team. Here you go. The steal of a century, and they won't take it straight up. Literally the steal of the century. Don't need to give them a third round, but screw it. They had balls. I appreciate them having balls there. I love the idea that every single season I get rid of like 2 or 3 starting players that would be like top 5 on any team, and we still have way too much cap taken up. Either way, we won a Super Bowl, and we built a team that's still good enough. Barnett needs to start, or Barrett anyways needs to start. And we're looking for another one. We're looking for the trifecta of bowls out of 4 years, which will be pretty clutch. Also, the wide receivers, we have an interesting situation going on. As you guys can see, we have 2 rookies, really insane rookies, starting for us at wide receiver. We'll see how this season goes. You know what, screw it. We're actually going to run spread. We already won 2 Super Bowls. I want to see how good this team can do on spread. Screw it. Also love the idea that Wadsworth isn't starting, even though he's clearly better. And he's a legit right guard. I don't understand that. To the midseason point already. See who we have to resign. I don't know if there would be anybody. We got rid of a lot of guys that do need contracts. Hopefully there's not anyone. Maybe for 1 year we can kind of catch up. So here are the contracts. How much money do we have? We have Sanchez Rankin, 6-year, $41 million. Reed McGee, I didn't even know was on our team. Barry Carruthers that we were looking to just let go. So really just one guy. How much money is that going to cost us? It's going to cost pretty much half the cap, which will be missing. Everything needs improvement. Okay, with the way he's talking about it, we might actually have to tag him. You see, I mean, we've raised it really high. Look at this. He's such a hater. Screw contract talks. We'll just tag him if we have to. And here is the playoffs. I mean, we should be in them, let's be honest. Spread with an amazing offense and defense. Even without spread on, we'd probably dominate. And we are in, of course, back-to-back MVP years. 15-1, not 16-0, but 15-1. Regular season, we lost. So we had 2 games of straight 44s. Didn't really win by that much, though. Lost to the Vikings by 3. That's interesting. Back-to-back MVPs, like I mentioned. Let's go on and see how big. Oh, my God. 61 touchdowns. 17 picks, a little high, but 5,700 yards. McCaffrey actually had a better season than he did. 3 1,000-yard receivers, almost 4. McCaffrey took 16 receiving touchdowns. That is super greedy of him. Not happy with that at all, actually. Sack totals a little bit down, but still really good. Very close. Pick totals really up. Rankin kind of deserving a big contract, which sucks. Blackstock, no kick return touchdown, but McCutcheon, 4 punt return touchdowns. That's the most I've ever seen in a rebuild for any sort of kick return or punt return touchdown total. Pretty impressive. McCaffrey right behind Richie. Defense, Lunsford. I got to take a look at this Lunsford guy. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Margarito. Blackstock, already a great overall. Proved even more. Lots and lots of awards won by us. Rankin, a bunch of great awards there. So let's... 2 things I want to do. I want to advance to the divisional, see who we have to play. It is the Redskins again. Okay. Take a look at the XP. So Anger and Wadsworth both had amazing XP totals. All 3 receivers have an amazing... I mean, this is the best receiver core already, which is ironic because the 3 guys we got rid of sparked the title of best receiver core ever the first time around, which is just ironic and hilarious. Let's go on to the Giants. I want to see this linebacker. Look at some of the players around. Oh, that's our team. So what I say, look at some of the teams around the league with these linebacker cores. Ah, it was the Cowboys. Yeah, I do remember that, actually. He's 28 now, which is really old. He's 99 overall, winning all these awards. Only 86 zone, 60 man? How? How is he not better than that? And his injury is only 85. What in the world? Whatever, we're going to use our XP. Not free agents. All right, so the lineup is set. Let's go on. I mean, this should be like a 98 roster, maybe better. 96 pre-upgrade, so should be able to smack the Redskins. And I'm talking about this roster should smack every team. I will say Cornerback core, maybe safety. No, not safety's fine. We got Carl Joseph. Cornerbacks, maybe a little on the lower side, but still. Ramsey is a number 1, and an 87 overall number 2 is still plenty good. Started with the Redskins, now we're here. 7-0. Defense locking up as usual. Offense, 1 quarter at seems 3 possessions. They only scored once. Kind of embarrassing. Start of the second half, up 14 points. Going on to the second half. Defense is doing a damn good job. Offense is really playing poorly. And that should be enough, though. Defense, clearly the better of the two, apparently. As they're the ones that set it all off. 41-17 is the final, however. So take a look at the stat line. Glenn Ritchie only threw 1 pick, 5 touchdowns, back-to-back MVP right there. Receiving, McCaffrey loves to catch the ball, man. It did increase his catching stats really high, though, so maybe that's why. Ramsey with 2 picks, impressive. The Saints, all right, that's a new one, kind of. 97 to their 91. This is probably the best rebuild we've ever had. Like, not best success or whatnot, but best team. And we keep moving around. Like, we have just a great, like, foundation. We have an expensive quarterback, too, and we're able to move the players around, still afford everyone just barely. And it's a risky, stressful motto, and it takes me a little bit longer, but, I mean, it worked. Screw it, we'll take a return. Why not? Take a return, take a couple throws, see how the receiving core is. Blackstock, pretty damn fast. Not as fast, but still a very fast talent to the 29-yard line. Let's try 1 throw. Play action slot over. Let's take a look. Pettis. Uniforms look nice with these receivers. I wanted to take a shot to X. How fast is Richie? I never really looked, but he seems okay fast. Like 75 plus. Play action post. It should be a touchdown to Blackstock. Maybe not. We'll take a shot deep to McCutcheon. Yeah, we'll let the game play it out. It just seems so, like, I don't know, like there's no way to fail. Like you throw it up and to a 5'8" receiver and he doesn't get picked. Like that's just insane. Start of the second quarter, they did much better than I did. They had 10 points in the first quarter, 17-0. Defense, so far the star, like I said, just completely balling out. And 24-6, 31-6, 31-13, and I could probably pretty much just sim it out because I know. 41-20, and 41-20 is the final score. Going on to the last game, the Super Bowl. Who was their quarterback? Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett, huh? All right. And receiving, how was it? Pretty average. You spread the ball around quite a bit. You hear that spread? The final game, who is it going to be? Super Bowl who? Super Bowl what? The Jags. They did win one already, so for all I know, this could be like a split series. 2 for us, 2 for them in the last few. Oh, my Lord. It's the 96 overall. Damn. Even without Ramsey, 96 overall. Richie in his, 4 years, I think, 3 or 4 years, already has 54% away from 400 touchdowns. Amazing player. Start of the first quarter, and it's kind of a little bit of a stalemate. 3-all, start of the second. It looks like we do have the ball, though. We do, 10-3, 10-10, so 10 all here. 17-10, 24-10. I mean, this team, the Jags are very, closely matched. But our team's kind of fighting them. Although, you can see here, it might tie it up. No, they were short. However, with 9 minutes left, the Jags will be taking the lead. Complete choke job by our team here. And we score, so we're up by 3. Only 4 minutes left, and we're going to have to punt the ball. This is game. Biggest choke in the history, almost. And 43-40, an amazingly played Super Bowl. The Jags win 2, we win 2. the two best teams in the league. It would be it could be an interesting time, but it would be kind of a fun time to watch. You know, two all-star teams just dominating. Don't see that on the Niners side. However, the Jags, they do have that potential. They can get some good quarterback play. They can get it done. So, who knows? Might see the Jags do their part, but I don't see the Niners, let's be honest. Comparing the two, Richie was kind of better, I guess. Fournette and McCaffrey, very similar there as well. Black Sox. So, I mean, you look down the line, very similar stats all the way across. Even both kickers, 1 for 3. If our guy would have made those damn kicks, we would have won 3 Super Bowls out of 4 years. But it is what it is. Still a very impressive team. Probably going to keep this one. Was going to let it go, but we're going to keep it, I think. And yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you have any suggestions for what ifs, experiments, quizzes, rebuild challenges, video ideas at all, let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching, as always. If you have any suggestions for what rebuild team, I said it in the beginning, let me know, because, we're going to do one Thursday as well. But anyways, hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see